He's like, you don't do nothing a Southerner does. Let's be honest. You ain't got no accent. I seen you reading. But my granddad's a mortician, and he owns a funeral home. He owns a funeral home in the ghetto because he's a smart businessman. When I heard gunshots growing up, I was like, it's gonna be a good Christmas this year. This is... Hey, what up, fellas? All right, cool. Hello. All right, the flight to Turkey is here. This is great. This is very... All bald? Okay. Very interesting. I don't like this. I don't like this, dude. Everybody's bald. What the f? This is crazy. Okay, well, sure. Okay. All right, one by one. How did everybody lose their hair? We're going to go around. No, I'm kidding. Okay, let's just... 5 years? Yeah. Okay, cool. I don't... All right, we're just gonna move on. This is so strange. I feel like I'm back in the South again, and that's why I left. I am from the South. I'm from the South originally. Nobody ever believes I'm from the South because I don't sound like a biscuit that came to life. You're asking which state? North Carolina. Yeah. People don't believe it because I don't have like the accent or whatever, you know, like that's the whole problem. Like even Southerners don't believe I'm from there, you know, because like I have Southern friends to this day, which I think is actually pretty important as a black person. You got to get like some redneck friends, you know. You got to get some redneck friends just in case that revolution goes down, you know what I'm saying? Like you need a battle buddy there just in case, just like some guy to defend you when they come sweeping us up. Like, no, can't take my friend here. He makes a hell of a mac and cheese. I can't lose that shit. Fucking, have you ever heard of paprika? You know? Yeah. I got a friend back home that's a full authentic redneck. I did the 23andMe, came back full Virginia, you know? His name's Travis. Travis is authentic redneck, dude. He's got all the fixings, and you know, he never believes I'm from the South, so he always like questions me about it, you know? He's always asking me, he's like, come on, Jordan, you ain't from down here. I don't believe it for a second, buddy. I'm like, why not? He's like, you don't do nothing a Southerner does. Let's be honest. You ain't got no accent. I seen you reading. I'm like, all right, like, what you want me to do about that? He's like, prove it to me. Let's see you do something a Southerner would do. Come on, show me. Do something only a Southerner would do. And I was like, all right, dog. So I just shot him. Like, I didn't kill him. That's my boy. But, you know, I just gave him a little Trump ear piercing. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know. But no, I live here now. I live here in New York, which is, it's fine. You know, living in New York is fine. I had a very New York moment the other day. I was leaving a show. I went to this pizza restaurant. That's usually what I do after shows. I go get like a slice of pizza. And I go into this spot, and I asked the guy for one slice of pepperoni. And I'm going up there to pay, and I realized this is a cash-only spot. And at the time, I didn't have any cash because it's 2025, you know? And I told the guy, I was like, hey, man, between you and me, like, I don't have it, so do me a favor. Just take the pizza out the oven, put it back in the glass, right? And this lady behind me, she came up, and she saw what I was going through, and she was like, really quiet, very discreet, super polite. You almost couldn't even hear her. She was like, you ain't got no money? I was like, no, miss, I don't have any cash because it's 2025. And she was like, that's fine. Like, I have cash, so I'll buy your slice of pizza, and I'll buy my slice of pizza. And I was like, oh, that's super nice. I really appreciate that. And like I said, I'm from the South originally, so I started making a little chit-chat. I was like, so, do you live in this neighborhood? She goes, mind your business. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, you're right. That's on me. I'm sorry. Like, I was asking way too many questions. You know, like, that's pretty much New Yorkers in a nutshell. Like, we'll help you carry a baby stroller up the subway steps, but that's just because we want you to move. Like, we don't want anything to do with your ugly ass baby. Like, why'd you bring an open faced baby on the subway? Like, that's that one got him. He was like, open faced baby. That's it's dumb to have your baby's face out in the open on the subway, dog. It's a bad move. I'm always impressed by people that have kids in this city too. Like, really, I'm impressed by people that have kids anywhere on this earth, you know, in this economy. Like, when I see somebody with a baby out in public, I'd be like, all right, Pockets. You're doing all right. No, I don't give a shit about the Mercedes. You got an Alexander. Like, that's impressive, you know. Like, that's how I judge people financially now, you know. Like, it's gotten to the point where I really don't even talk to women that don't have children, you know. I feel like, girl, you ain't got no kids? Ugh, poor. You can't make copies of yourself. You doing bad, ho. Like, no, I don't have any kids either. I'm poor too. But, you know, I am at that age though where all my friends are starting to have kids on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's a new moment in your life when your friends start to have kids on purpose, cause you got to switch up how you react to the news. You know, you can't react the same way you did in your 20s. I up like that the other day. One of my homegirls called me. She was like all excited. She was like, "Guess what, Jordan?" I was like, "What's up, girl?" She was like, "I'm expecting," and I was like, "Ooh." I was like, "You need a ride or like what's?" She was like, "No, I don't need a ride. I'm keeping it." I was like, "Oh, we're keeping them now. Okay, Sarah." Thought you were gonna get another punch on your card, you know? Like, she was like 2 away from a free smoothie. I thought we were gonna run it up. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I've actually had a pregnancy scare before. I had this pregnancy scare one time because I hooked up with this girl in Texas, which is not the place to have a pregnancy scare, you know? And we came to a mutual understanding. We were like, all right, we gotta take care of this situation. And, you know, I had to fly her out across state lines, and she got all mad at me because I flew her out on Spirit. She was like, "How you gonna fly me out on Spirit?" And I was like, "Because that's what the baby's gonna be." I like this evil guy right here. The rest are all, "That is way too far." This guy's like, "That's exactly how I like it. Kill that imaginary baby." No. Like I said though, all my friends are starting to have kids. My friends are new parents, and they get like really excited about it. Like, new parents got to shut the up sometimes, you know? Right? Because they try to get you to be a parent too, like it's just joining a kickball league or something, you know? Like, one of my friends back home, he's a proud new father. We talk about like being a parent all the time, and he's like, "Yeah, man, I love this shit, Jordan. Like, you should be a dad." And I was like, "Nah, bruh." He's like, "Why not?" I was like, "It's not the right time for me." He's like, "I'll be honest, Jordan, there's never a right time to have a kid." I was like, "Nah, nigga, Wells Fargo told me now's not the right time to have a kid. They're pretty upset I got a Netflix and a Hulu account to myself, you know, like, oh man, I can't do it. Not right now. I'm trying to work my way up though to be a kid owner, you know. Right, hit that financial stage, own me a kid one day. I can't do it right now though, you know, can't. If I owned a kid right now, we'd be stressed collectively, you know, because I know I'd have to have an extra job, and then the baby's gonna have to drive for Uber. He's gonna come home at 3 o'clock in the morning, speaking Arabic. It's like, who you been on the phone with all night, dog? Who are they always on the phone with? Like, who? Right? Who are all the Uber drivers talking to, bro? Every car, as soon as you step, please sit down, buckle up. And then they lean and get quiet. Sometimes I rip their AirPod out. I'm like, who the is this? Who are you talking to? What are the plans, Hamid? Nah, dude. One day, I'll figure it out. You know, this comedy shit ain't lucrative just yet, bro. You know? Like, it's not there. You know, it's funny. Like, I talk to my family, and they believe in my dreams, but, like, they still give me the option, because my family, like, we have a family business. My granddad, like gives me the option to, like, come home and, like, work, you know? You know, because my granddad, he's a mortician. Yeah, he's like, if your dreams die, we know where to bury them. But my granddad's a mortician, and he owns a funeral home. He owns a funeral home in the ghetto because he's a smart businessman. You know what I'm saying? Like, funeral home in the ghetto is job security, dog. Like, when I heard gunshots growing up, I was like, it's gonna be a good Christmas this year. It's like, is that another drive-by? Okay, we gonna get that PlayStation. This is gonna be all right. That's the thing. The men in my life, they like weird jobs. I don't know what it is. Like my stepdad, I talked to my stepdad the other day. He told me he went on this thing called a ride-along. I don't know if y'all know what that is. Yeah, you do, but like some of y'all might not. A ride-along is when you call up your local police department and you ask them if you can ride along in one of the cop cars for the night to experience what it's like to be a police officer. That really has nothing to do with anything. It's just my way of telling you my stepdad is white. Only a white guy's got to call up 911 and ask for the field trip division, you know? Like, black people ain't out here looking for the hands-on experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I want to ride along, I'll just walk home. Anyway, I got to walk home. My name's Jourdain Fisher. Have a good night. Goodbye.